Hi, it's Jody from Hello Genius. I'm in the process of filming at the moment, but I just wanted to quickly jump in with a point that I wanted to make. And it was inspired by a video from a friend of mine, Emma Mills from MyPA, about reading books. Now, if you're anything like me, you may be a voracious reader, especially if you've got an Amazon Prime account. You probably go through book after book after book. And there was something that she said in her video about consuming too much book consuming. Now, why this clicked in my head was that my daughter is going through her reading books at the moment, and they've got different colour codes for them, and she's up to turquoise, I think, at the moment, which means that she's well ahead of her age. I'm not telling you this to boast about how clever my daughter is, although she is very smart. But I'm saying that actually the way that they judge how effective her reading is in two elements. One, the effectiveness of how she can actually read the words, but the second one is comprehension. And something that a lot of us forget when we're going through, when we're pushing through business books and self-help books, anything to do with it, is that actually the process of reading by itself isn't enough. How much of it are you actually comprehending? Now, I really struggle with things like audiobooks because I don't take stuff in that way. I don't my wife will tell you I don't listen to people, but that's partly true. But I just, audibly, it doesn't work for me. I have to see something in order to take it in. But the whole point is that it's probably more important to read a book and to have engaged with it more fully than pushing through and saying I've read 40 books this year, 50 books this year. And it brings me back to a book that I bought a while ago, which it's a very odd book because it's called How to Read a Book, and it's a guide to actually comprehending what you're doing. And some of the key points it makes in it is about how to read a book so that you gain the most out of it. Because it's pointless just like tearing through books, saying that you've read it and then not implementing anything. I think it was Abraham Lincoln who said, give me 6 hours to cut down a tree, and I spent the first 4 hours sharpening the saw. Well, something like this, how to read a book and understanding how to properly comprehend and draw everything out of it you can, mine it for as much information as possible, is going to be something that's much more valuable than keeping up this almost ego-driven way of tearing through books just so you can say you've read them. Go back to the last book that you've read and ask yourself, what lessons did I get from this? And more importantly, what have I implemented? And you may be slightly worried about the fact that you didn't actually implement any of the things you did. Another good idea to do is maybe do a book audit. That sounds very fancy, but take a piece of paper and write down the last 5 books that you read. Write down next to those like the 3 most important points from each of those books, and then ask yourself, did I take action on any of those points? If you didn't, then you have a blueprint for taking action. If you did, congratulations. But I was inspired by this from Emma's video, so I hope this supplements it. If you haven't seen her video, I would suggest going over to the MyPA site and watching that. But yeah, just a little thought I had while we were filming.